Here are 7 signs you're in a toxic relationship. Number 1, you feel unsafe or scared around your partner. Number 2, your partner is constantly accusing you of things you didn't do. Number 3, your partner is always trying to control you or manipulate you. Number 4, your partner is emotionally or physically abusive. Number 5, your partner always makes you feel bad or guilty about yourself. Number 6, your partner is always criticizing you. And number 7, your partner is unwilling to compromise or cooperate in the relationship.
You are in an abusive relationship if he does these 3 things. I'm serious. I'm going to tell you 3 red flags right now that if he does these, he is toxic or abusive and you should get the fuck out of there. First one's pretty obvious, but it has to be said. It's when he raises his voice at you, shouts at you, or displays any sort of aggression towards you when you guys are having an argument. Yes, this includes cursing and breaking stuff. Number 2 is when he puts the blame on you, or he tries to make it feel like every problem, mistake, or bad thing going on is your fault. Not only the blame game, but also he tries to make a point out of making you feel really bad for making any mistakes. Red flag number 3 is when he insults you, degrades you, or makes you feel dumb in front of other people, and then he just plays it off as a joke. Honestly, this red flag is kind of a mind fuck, because any way that you try to argue with him or try to tell him that you don't like what he's doing, he's going to try to find a way to justify it and tell you that either you're being too sensitive or that he was just joking around and you don't know how to take a joke. So either way, you lose. Look, I'm not your dad. I'm not here to tell you that you should leave him or that you should stay, but you should leave him. Seriously, I'm just here to bring awareness to the fact that you could be in a toxic and abusive relationship. So you communicate with him, seek help, talk to someone else, or leave his ass. But whichever way you go, please don't stay in a situation like this. Seriously.
If you're in a relationship with someone and you are saying to your partner, your words are hurting me, your actions are hurting me, your behavior is hurting me, and that partner continues to perpetrate that behavior, listen very carefully. You just might be in an abusive relationship. Let me be clear. Verbal abuse is a very real thing in relationship. Emotional abuse is a very real thing in a relationship. Mental abuse is a very real thing in a relationship. Financial abuse is a very real thing in a relationship. And if you are communicating over a period of time to your partner, what you are doing to me hurts me, how you're treating me hurts me, what you're saying to me hurts me, it's damaging me, it's wounding me, and they continue that behavior, then maybe that relationship needs to end.
3 signs your man is toxic. This one's hard for me to make because I'm a man too, but let's get right into it. Number 1, if he's violent and overly aggressive, ladies, if a man feels he needs to lay his hands on you for you to act right or for you to respect him, you should probably walk away because your face and your body are way too precious to be bruised every single day. Number 2, if he's not willing to take responsibility for his actions but gaslights you instead, and I mean, like, it's pretty clear in this situation he's wrong, like, and he's not willing to come up to you and say, look, I know I did this, I did that, I take responsibility for it and I apologize for it, but he puts it on you instead, that it was probably your fault that he wasn't acting right. You know what that means, right? Toxic. Number 3, if he avoids tough conversations. And ladies, I'm sure there's that guy you've asked, at least in your lifetime, what are we? And they always have an excuse like, oh, no, let's talk about this another time. Or is always ready to change the topic when it's a serious conversation about y'all. Do yourself a favor, walk away.
So much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the signs that you're in a toxic relationship. I know it's not always easy to recognize these signs when you're in the thick of things, but trust me, identifying them is the first step toward protecting your mental health and finding your peace. If you're unsure whether your relationship is toxic, so keep watching because these signs will help you get clarity. The first sign you might be in a toxic relationship is constant criticism, where you're not talking about constructive feedback, which can help a relationship grow. Instead, this is about your partner constantly tearing you down, whether it's about your looks, your personality, or even your dreams. If you feel like nothing you do is ever good enough, it's a red flag. Toxic partners often criticize to control or belittle you, making you doubt yourself and you're worthy. Okay, let's talk about emotional manipulation. Toxic partners are often masters of making you feel guilty or responsible for their emotions. They might twist situations to make you seem like the villain or accuse you of things are out of your control. Does your partner always seem to flip the script, making you feel bad when they're the ones who should be apologizing? That's emotional manipulation, and it's a key trait in toxic relationship. A third sign is isolation. Toxic partners often try to cut you off from your support system, your friends, family, or even coworkers. They may be subtitle it like making you feel guilty for spending time with others or accusing you of neglecting them. Before you know it, your world revolves around them, and that's exactly what they want. Isolation makes you easy to control and limit your ability to get advice or support from people who care about you. Okay, another thing is lack of respect for your boundaries. In a healthy relationship, both partners respect each other, personal space and time and needs. But in toxic relationship, boundaries are often ignored. This could be anything from your partner going through your phone without permission to forcing conversations or physical intimacy when you're uncomfortable. If you find yourself constantly having to defend your personal space or decisions, that's a clear sign something is not right. Another major sign is gaslighting. If your partner makes you question your own reality or makes you feel like you're losing your mind, they're probably gaslighting you. They may deny things they said or did or blame you for being too sensitive or overreacting. Over time, gaslighting can make you doubt your own thoughts and perception, which can seriously impact your self esteem and mental health. Another thing is constantly feel you feel like you're walking on eggshell around your partner. It's a sign of toxic relationship. Healthy relationships allow you to be your true self, but if you're always afraid of how your partner will react, whether it's anger, judgment, or withdrawal, that's a major red flag. A relationship where you feel tense, anxious, or scared is not safe or a loving one. So there you have it, the six signs that I think that it's a toxic. So I'm going to give you an example of a certain person. Okay, so this lady was she opened a shop. Told the husband, "I'm going to open a shop," and she was very good. She was very good in makeup. So she opened the shop and started going for a shop. Later, the husband said, "You should stop going to the shop." Why should I start going to the shop? I don't want you to be going there. And got all her makeup stuff and break them. And they're very expensive, guys. She cried, like she cried. And this person never used to give her money, even if he says that he just wanted her to be at home. You get my point. Like just to control her. If she goes to town, he'll come back, he'll be waiting at home. It's just so she had to do things fast and go back to see him. Like as if you're in a jail, okay? So later, and this person used to abuse her financially, physically and emotionally abusing her. I could just tell her you're not looking beautiful, what's going on. But this is a person who's not even supporting her. You could beat her, do a lot of stuff to her. So one day she made a decision for herself that she's going to leave the relationship. I told him I'm going to leave. Then I was like, okay, you can go. Because sometimes even in the night he was like, get out of my house. Get my point. Yeah, so it was a very toxic relationship, but later we thank God that this woman came out from this toxic relationship because she couldn't survive. One could have been dead, all these things. Yeah. So make sure when you see any red flag, run for your life. Okay, people are not good out there. People can't be good partners. Other people can't be good partners. They're very toxic. I don't know if it's because the way they were brought up or something. And you remember, you come from different backgrounds. Yeah.